What's going on, everyone? It's me, Alex the Rambler, and today we're on a Game of Thrones The Board Game Digital Edition. So thank you to Dark Wolf Digital, the developers of the game, for sponsoring this video. This is the digital adaptation of Fantasy Flight Games' top-selling strategy board game, which is based on the A Song of Ice and Fire series of fantasy novels by George R.R. Martin. So this is based on the books, not the TV show. And if you like what you see in the video today, there'll be a link in the description, so if you want to get more information about the game, just click there and that'll take you to a lovely place where you can purchase it, and that also really helps support the channel. So what I'll be doing today is kind of going a bit of an overview of the game, and we're going to take a look at the tutorial first. I've already done a round or two of the game, but just so you guys and gals get an idea if you don't know much about this, and then we'll jump into a skirmish against the AI, because Lord knows I won't be able to defeat human players. And of course, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Why not click that subscribe button? And also, while you're here, please do leave a like and a comment. It's very much appreciated and helps out the channel. And just before we begin properly, another couple of points about the game. It's not only centered on military action, there is also diplomacy, deception and resource management that you also need to kind of figure out if you want to win the Game of Thrones. But it is a strategy game at heart, and it aims to capture the essence of the power struggle in Westeros. I first got into Game of Thrones when the first season of the TV series came out. Then I went and read all of the books, so I got addicted to it from then. And I've wanted to play this board game for a long, long time, especially in this kind of year and setting and the situation we're all in. It's not really viable. So the fact that they've released a digital edition is fantastic. So I'm just going to show you how to defend the coast. We're going to learn the basics, and we'll learn a bit more about it. Welcome to the Kingdom of Westeros. In this mission, you will take on the role of House Stark, one of 6 great houses seeking dominance over the lands of Westeros. Okay, so it's going to explain a few of the mechanics as we continue. Each game round has 3 phases: the Westeros phase, a planning phase, and an action phase. After 10 rounds, the player who controls the most castles or resources here, so Winterfell counts for 2, and then other towns such as White Harbour will count for 1, etc, etc. In the planning phase, players must assign orders. So we can assign our march orders here. You get like you'll see as you get different resources, different orders that you can do as we go on. In the action phase, we'll move 1 over to White Harbour, and then 1 fellow down to Moat Cailin. Bam! Now they're under our control, and that means we have 4 castle points, essentially. This is an important thing to realise. Only because we control Winterfell, it's our home city, we get to keep it without garrisoning it. If I left Moat Cailin without any troops there, then we lose control. Okay, so this is the Westeros phase when events can happen. So here we get to muster our troops. So in our castle we can get a nice footman, another footman. You get different units as the tutorial progresses, but for the sake of, you know, oh yeah, we can get a knight. Boom. Right, a raven has arrived with news that Greyjoy's pirates have been attacking the south. March your troops to the coast and defeat the sea scum. We'll do a march order, and then we'll do a march order for White Harbour. Okay. So, the symbol represents power, and I'm going to move my face because I'm blocking it, and I don't want to do that. So here we go, sorry about that. The crown represents power. Each player begins the game with 5, and can increase their power by resolving consolidate power orders. And that can use to keep control of areas your units abandon. You can bid on influence, and fend off wildling attacks. So we'll consolidate in Winterfell. Okay, so we'll move our unit from White Harbour down to Moat Cailin. We'll march all of them into Grey Water Watch. So we have a combat strength of 3, they have a combat strength of 2 at the moment, and then each player may then play a house card. So we're going to use Great John Umber, creative looking guy, and they're going to use Dagmar Cleftjaw, so we win. Boom. Okay, so here we go. So we should inflict 1 casualty on them, but I believe because Dagmar has fortification, it prevents 1 casualty. So they don't take any casualties. So that's another important mechanic. Supplies. At the moment, we have a supply of 2 out of 2, which means that we can have... That's 2 strength, so that will count as a supply zone. And then we also have our 3 units here, which counts as a supply zone. I may have gotten that wrong. Okay, the Game of Thrones. We each get control. We earned 1 crown because we had 1 territory that I believe, gives us the crown. We are Winterfell. Okay, so I'm going to give our cavalry here a march order. I'm going to give White Harbour a consolidation of power, and our army in Greywater Watch is also going to have a march order too. So we'll confirm our orders there, then we get to resolve in the action phase. I will move my cavalry first. So as you can see here, they can only move down to Moat Cailin. They can't move straight over here and help us in Greywater Watch because of that river here. Whee! So we can either attack the place with 4, or we could go down to 1. I'm going to go ham and just see if we can take Iron Man's Bay. Now, we are at a bit of a disadvantage here. I will keep control of Greywater Watch, thank you. So, we're at a disadvantage from the off. But, if I use a combat card such as that of Eddard Stark, Pazau, and Aerion Damphair doesn't do anything, we'll end up winning. Thanks, Eddard. And we slaughtered their forces. Okay, so, in Flint's Finger, we can upgrade our knight. We'll just muster a footman in Moat Cailin, and in White Harbour we can just get another. Just get a knight there. Then we can bid on the 3 influence tracks. Okay, we'll only be focusing on the fiefdom, which determines tiebreakers in combat. So that's what you can use the amount of crowns here to try and beat Greyjaw's bid, which we're going to. So that means we get once per strength in combat per round. Yeah, we get the Valerian Steel Blade. And then if we're higher than the Greyjoys in terms of the fiefdom here, and if it's a tie in strength in combat, we'll then win. So this is a really important one that you want to get. If you don't want to get wrecked, son, like all of you probably do in Hoi 4 multiplayer games. So all I'll really need to do is go down to Seaguard. Bam. And then just to ensure we get victory, I'll choose Robb Stark. Oh, wow. But, because we have the Valerian Steel Blade, we'll add our extra strength. And then, because we're higher up, we win in the tiebreak. Boom! And that's the basics of the game. And now we're going to jump into a skirmish and see if I can hopefully win. So, I did a game earlier as Martell and lost. So why don't we actually go and play as Stark? And the starting units and track positions, we start with 1 ship, footman, and a footman. This would be interesting. If I wanted to play as Baratheon, you can see we start with different things. Again, with Lannister, we'll start with different things there. So I think we'll play as Stark and hope that as Eddard, I don't get beheaded. Okay, so we are 3rd on the Iron Throne, so that determines our turn order. 4th on here, so the Greyjoys are actually, we need to get rid of that. And then in the King's Court, we're 2nd. So in the first phase, you don't get a Westeros phase, and as you can see up here, this is the Wildling strength. So they'll attack when they get to 12, and you have to try and beat them. You have to assist the Night's Watch to try and make sure that they don't die. So here we're actually going to do a normal march order. If I go to the tactical map, it would be prudent for me to try and take Moat Cailin straight away. But in White Harbour, I think I might need to muster with Consolidate Order Special. Okay, we'll confirm our orders. Then the AI, you can kind of see what they're going to be doing all across the map. I'm going to move my face up to here, so I'm not covering the beautiful artwork that they've added in. Okay, so we have a march order to resolve. So I'm going to send my cavalry down to Moat Cailin, seize control there. Then I'm going to use my infantrymen here, I think, to perhaps take Castle Black, as that gives us an extra power. Okay, it's great that they're fighting amongst themselves and using their decent players to begin with, so that'll help me out when I try and make my way south, really. Okay, so Loras Tyrell is defeating Brienne of Tarth. They're retreating. Baratheon, where are you sailing to? Stay away from me! So I could try and fight them in the Narrow Sea. I think I might do, actually. Let's try and fight for control of the Narrow Sea. So, am I higher than Baratheon? I am higher. We do have 2 attack. And I will send in Great John. Shite. Oh, they used Stannis. Damn. But we didn't lose our troop, so that's fine. I can just to boot handle that. So, if you get 7 forts or castles and strongholds, then you automatically win. We currently control 3. I'm going to muster at White Harbour because I need to start increasing my forces. So I'm just going to get another footman straight away. Okay, great. So we can actually get some extra troops. Although you're going to see Baratheon's getting a very strong navy. Get an extra footman in White Harbour. I might get an extra... No, probably another footman here. And in Winterfell, I think we get 2 units. So I'm going to get a ship, and then I'm going to get a footman. Oh, wow. So they're going for a lot of siege engines, it seems. Siege engines give you no attack or defense. They're only very good at taking castles. So we now get to bid on the free influence tracks. So on the Iron Throne, which, as you can see, determines all ties that occur outside of combat. So I don't mind too much about that. Yeah, that is what it is. Then for the fiefdoms, I would prefer to do that. And you get the Valyrian Steel Blade, so I'm going to bid on that. Oh, they didn't bid at all. Okay, I wasted all of my remaining crowns. Oh, okay. The holder of the Valyrian Steel Blade, moi, chooses one of the following conditions. Defense orders cannot be played, March +1 orders cannot be played, or no restrictions. I'm going to say defense orders cannot be played. Oh. They've made a secret pact, have they? Okay. Everyone gets cut. No one wants an alliance with me? So Greyjoy and Lannister have a pact, and so do Greyjoy and House Tyrell. So what if I made an alliance with House Lannister? I'll consolidate power in Winterfell. Castle Black, I don't really have too much. Here, I can't really do much. There. Castle Black, if I consolidate it, it won't... Oh, it does do something there. Okay. And then my navy can't actually move because I've run out of movement. We can try and raid, but there's nowhere to raid. So they'll just have to support and then support, even though they have no real ability to do any supporting. So if we're looking, at the moment, House Greyjoy controls the majority of castles. I control 3. Move more troops down from White Harbour to Moat Cailin. I don't have the supplies. That's frustrating. Okay, I'll send the cavalry over to Seaguard. We already have an advantage, and I do quite want to take it, so I'm going to send in Robb Stark, and we win that easily. I don't need to use this Valyrian Steel Blade, and I'm going to make them retreat into Riverrun. So Jaime versus Patchface. Oh dear. But if Patchface loses, your opponent has to discard a card. Cole Mace is a tank, isn't he? Wow. Okay, well, it appears the alliance between the Greyjoys and the Lannisters didn't last for very long. At least I thought that's what they were doing. Yeah, okay. Well, alliances mean nothing. And now they control Lannisport. Okay, I'm going to take the Widow's Watch. I'll send another unit down to Moat Cailin. And then I could take Carhold. I think I'm probably okay. I'm going to reinforce Moat Cailin again. I'm really going to go aggressive and then play defensive. You'll see. You'll see. I've got a plan. But we're only on 2 out of 10, so anything can happen. We can adjust supply tracks and reconcile armies. We can bid on the free influence tracks again. That's frustrating. I'll submit 1 for that. Okay, with the top. We pick all ties outside of combat. And then I'm going to submit all of it for control of the Valyrian Steel Sword. Bam. And because it's a tie break, I get to pick between me or Lannister. I'm going to say I get hit. I'm going to move the Greyjoys right down there so they don't get anything. Essentially, anyone close to me. So Greyjoy can move right down to 6th. Yep, good. So I'm in control of everything. However, none of us really have any influence to fend off a wildling attack. So choose the house to suffer the lowest bit of punishment. Now I get to pick that. I'm going to pick House Greyjoy. Destroys 2 of his units, as he's my most... well, he's my closest opponent, really. And then I have to choose 1 unit to destroy, so I'll choose to destroy the one in Winterfell. It's a nice little wildfire explosion on the ship there. Yes. I think I'm just going to have to consolidate my power. And then my ships I'm going to move into the ocean. What are the Greyjoys going to get up to? Because if I can control the Bay of Ice up here, then that will prevent any kind of Greyjoy attacks coming up from my rear. So from Moat Cailin, I'm going to walk into Greywater Watch. I'm also going to take back White Harbour. And then I'll keep my other troop in Moat Caelan. Oh, where are the Baratheons off to? Oh, they're going to try and take King's Landing. Wow. So King's Landing had like NPCs in there that you have to defend in order to take it. But that's a powerful one to take. I could try and take control of the Narrow Sea once again. I think I will. 1v1. I think Baratheon has probably used most of their cards. Can I actually see if they have? They still have 3. So if I use a 2, if I use Roose Bolton, I don't need to use my Valyrian Steel Blade. And then that's control of the Narrow Sea. For me, son! Siege engine there. Moat Caelan. I could upgrade, but I think I'm going to get a footman. White Harbour will be another footman. I think I'll get a ship in Winterfell. And then another footman. It's just I'm trying to control as many territories as I can. Because we in the north, we control like a wide, vast, quite a wide territory. Defense orders cannot be played during this planning phase for the Storm of Swords. So, if I've got this right, I'm going to do a special support order for the Bay of Ice, because I'm going to attack with my infantrymen from Greywater Watch over to the to Iron Man's Blitzfinger. And he'll get a +1 with that there. Sea Guard. There's not really a lot we can do here, apart from maybe do a raid. And then in Moat Caelan. Oh, I can't consolidate. I'm trying to be tactical, you know? Because at the moment, we tie for the amount of strongholds. Okay, so we get to go first, I believe. Choose a raid order to resolve. No available enemies nearby. Oh, okay, you can't do it adjacent to sea. Oh well. We've wasted one. Okay, choose a march order to resolve. So here we go. I'm going to move my little one fellow into Flint's Finger. And I hope that I think that counts as a support action. I will keep control of Greywater Watch, thank you. Yes, extra support. Because we get the march order and support from the Bay of Ice. Greyjoy, what do they have left to use? They could still use Victarion, so I'm going to use Roderick Cassell. Whoa! Cause 1 enemy casualty if you win the battle. I'm going to prevent 1 casualty. Oh, that's only if I lose! Oh no! Oh, never mind. I think I misread that, and I'm having a derpy moment. So I'm looking around at where is worth 2 points here. So you have Pike, which is heavily defended by like a freaking Greyjoy fleet. So it's going to be difficult to get round and invade Pike, I think. Same with Highgarden. It's difficult for me to be able to get 7. Like, Pike is my only real option. So I'd need to take control of Iron Man's Bay in the next 6 turns. I think we've got a chance of doing that, because the Greyjoys are in a bit of a state. They do have 8 troops here, though, which is concerning. Oh, Martell's going for King's Landing. They win, using the Viper. Farewell, Salador San. Huh. So House Martell are very close to winning. Why didn't I do their strategy? What was I doing wrong? Oh, I could strike down to the Mountains of the Moon. Or I could even go for Crackclaw Point. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Because we control the Narrow Sea. Oh, brilliant. And I'm going to just use the Blackfish. Shizer! And it doesn't even matter if I use my Valyrian Steel Blade, does it? I don't believe. You know, this is the last combat of the round, so... I should have used Eddard. That's my mistake. But that gives me a cunning plan. Yeah, controlling the sea routes, the sea lanes, are very important. Okay, nothing happens in the last day of summer. The holder of the Messenger Raven chooses one of the following. Everyone bids on the free influence tracks. Everyone collects 1 for every 1 icon. Or this card has no effect. I'm going to say everyone collects influence, because I get a lot. Okay, this time we're going to support. We're going to have a +1 move order here. Have a defense order in Seaguard and Flint's Finger. Yeah, my plan is to do another naval invasion and hopefully not have that defeat happen again. God damn. It's like Gallipoli. Oh, Crow Killers. Yeah, I like that one. That one's quite a good ability. This game is actually, board game adaptations can be a bit dubious in quality, but I know that I'm sponsored in this, so you don't have to listen to a word I'm saying, but this is actually a really, really good, a good experience. I'm having a lot of fun. So if I move from White Harbour, and I'm going to attack down in Crackclaw Point again. Why is that 6? So they've given themselves +1 to defense. I've given myself +2. They've given themselves +3. Oh, from a defense order and support from Blackwater Bay. Ah, Baratheon. And now he could just play Stannis. I didn't realise that he'd had all of his cards back. I'll play Eddard. Damn! That was so close! My plan! My plan! Oh god, that's frustrating. Oh, Stannis. But I have defense. Does that sink my ship? That's completely ruined my order. Wow. Wow, they've... Huh. And now Greyjoy has unleashed its frickin'... Oh, god. I'm getting butchered. I'm just going full Eddard. Does that mean we... Yep, we cause an enemy casualty if we win. Good. Oh man, this is tricky. My plans have been scuppered. Okay, so we get the Game of Thrones. Each player controls that, so I have a decent amount. But House Martell is very strong. I'm going to say defense orders cannot be played because I'm the leader of everything. Mwahaha. I'm going to support all my units around here, so when I do an attack into Greywater Watch, we have a decent chance at winning, hopefully. Okay, but as you can see, I've built up a fleet on either side of my territory. So I'm going to go, like, try and seize control of this sea region, the Sunset Sea, and try and take back control of the Narrow Sea. I have a cunning plan, Baldric. But I really hope someone can nerf Martell, because, like, no one seems to be attacking or attempting to attack their fortresses. They've just had an easy run. What is the Reach doing? Come on, Tyrell. Or even Baratheon. Okay, we're going to go down from the Bay of Ice. We go sailing. We go sailing. Sorry, Lannister. I mean, sorry, not sorry. Oh, good. Baratheon is attacking Martell in King's Landing. And they win. Take that, Nymeria. God, we're only just over halfway into the game, so it really could go any way. And a lot of them have larger armies than I do. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, Randall has defeated Tyrion at Blackwater. Okay. Okay, so I currently have the most forts, or castles and strongholds. So if I can actually take Pike, then I'll immediately win. But it's going to be tricky if I can do that or not. Okay, I just want to try and take back the Narrow Sea. Oh, bollocks. I'm just going to use Roderick Cassel. Oh, man. Does House Baratheon have really quite powerful units? Because that's how it seems. Ah, a wildling has attacked. I could actually win this by myself. So I'm actually going to bid 10. Okay. And the highest bidder may immediately replace up to 2 of his footmen with available knights. Brilliant. March +1 orders cannot be played in the planning phase. Frustrating! So we'll just have a regular march order. Okay, so I want to take out the cavalry in Greywater Watch, but as you can see, I've got a -1 to attacking there. So if I give a +1 to special support, and they can give a normal support, the Shivering Sea can't really do anything. I'll just give you an extra defense. White Harbour, I'll give you extra defense. That's all I really need to do. So what I saw there was that they're giving themselves... Oh, is that -1? Okay, that's good. Oh, silence at the wall. Okay. Put it at the top of the deck. Yeah, my control is pretty nice. Pay 1 to keep control of Sea Guard. Yep. But we're going to get support here. Why would I... yes, of course I'm going to support myself. What? And then I'll use Roos. No. No. I'll use my Valerian still. No, I don't need to. Still going to win. Okay, that's good. So I've secured the northern frontier. And now I get to take control of Iron Man Bay. I hope. But what abilities... Oh, they've got their whole freaking set. I can only use the Blackfish. But they use Balon Greyjoy. I will use my Valerian Steel Blade. Thank you. And I get the fight from Tiebreaker because I have control. Tactics, ladies and gents. Tactics. Okay, we've got mustering, so we're going to recruit new units. Upgrade that to a siege engine. Up here, I can only get a ship. House Greyjoy and House Lannister have made a secret pact. Oh dear. I'm very close. I'm very close to getting victory. Oh god. Nothing happens. Support orders cannot be played. God damn. That's really fecked me. That's really fecked me. You can see here my current situation. I've got 1, 2, that counts as 2, 3, 4, 5 strongholds. I'm going to try and do a siege of Pike. So they could both get there, so I can do 2 attempts this time. but I'm going to use the one with +1. We go with pike, confirm our march order. We already have an advantage. I will choose Eddard in this combat. Oh, okay, and that's the game won. Doesn't matter. I'm just gonna just for giggles, I'm gonna use my Valerian Steel Blade to slash Ashel Greyjoy down. We take control of pike, and then bish bash bosh. I win. No? Oh no, I've miscalculated. Oh, it only counts as 1. Balls. I thought that because it counted as 2, I would get it, but no. But I could apparently strike at River Run, so I still have a chance of winning. But I don't have my Valerian Steel Blade because I was being a little cocky person and decided I didn't need an advantage. Oh boy. I can only use Rob, and then they could also use Victarion, and it would be a duel, but then I would win. Oh no, I'm still going to win. No. Oh yes, Rob killed Theon! And I win. I win. Yes. Yes. Oh, praise me. That is really satisfying. I had the most strongholds. Bam, they're all dead. that's all that mattered. We had the most areas. We didn't have the most supply, and I was top on the throne, I think. So there we have it. That was the Game of Thrones board game digital edition. So thank you once again to Direwolf Digital for sponsoring this video. If you're interested in this game, please do click on the link in the description, and that will take you to where you can get some more information. And if you've enjoyed the video, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll be back very soon. Toodaloo! Many thanks to Onion Duck, Seth Cutter Sturbick, Maximilian Foreman, Wyatt Green, Zachariah Mosby, Tad House, Cobby Was Taken, Matt Zoov, Vash, Warren P. George, Dave D.Y. The Don, Valhalla Halls, Ya Boy, Ryan Cock, Jack Troku, Jiggly Crotch, Used Beef, Sean Young, and Logan Whaley for being ridiculous Ram supporters on Patreon, and many thanks to all the other patrons too!